Hello, everyone, and welcome to Game 2 of the exciting match in the winter semifinals of the Speedgaming Live 2023 online Super Metroid Randomizer tournament. My name is MM2NES Cartridge, and with me in the commentary booth for this game is Bressingham. How are you doing, Bress?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. It's gonna be a really sick race. These two are honestly like the gods of this randomizer right now. It feels like. This is the Clash of the Titans here. This is winner semis, right?
Yes, this is winner semis, Zeb versus Cutie. They played game 1 last week, but due to unfortunate illness, Zeb decided to sit games 2 and 3 out, then rescheduled to now. So Cutie's up a game. This is game 2. Don't be fooled, but yeah, still it should be an excellent race, and we will have game 3 right after if Zeb manages to take this game.
Yeah. I don't know about you. I'm wanting Zeb to at least take the first game because I want more rando.
Yeah,
It's gonna be tough though. Cutie has. I mean, we all saw him in Rando League a couple years ago, and that one meme started about him. But he has literally just like completely skyrocketed to very very high levels, especially with area. And of course Zeb has done uh, a massive amount of these specific settings, and is also just all around very very competent. Uh,
yeah. I would say Zeb has played the most seeds out of any one person of these settings, and I don't think it's even close. But
mm,
yeah, these two players are really evenly matched. Zeb, just I guess, the old god of these settings. He's been playing them for ages and ages. Cutie, a bit of an up and comer. Said the thing. But he's been training his butt off for the past couple months with us, and he's been studying a lot from Zeb and Nevdi and a couple others, and he's just gotten to an insane level, like taking his vanilla movement and just taking it to the next level with Rando and just developing a really good reason like method of reasoning out these seeds.
yeah,
And I really like how he thinks about him. I really like how he plays him. He's an excellent runner, and I definitely want to see both of them win. Also, because they're my friends.
yeah, yeah, for sure. It's been really impressive seeing Cutie and also Eddie. Little shout out to Eddie.
Yep.
Two like completely superhuman vanilla runners, uh, just come crashing into the random field and just making a big old splash. So it's
Yeah, for
really
sure.
really fun.
Known up and comers, Cutie and
No,
Eddie.
no.
Yeah, we have power rums here at Beta, so this is really what you want to see. You get the E tank, you get the power rums. These runners are happy. If they get supers here behind Morph, they're going to be even more happy. But this is these are two happy campers here with the seed so far.
Yep, no forced orphaning of this portal. And there's free supers, so you got everything you could want here. So there's not going to be any weird ammo punish for the supers location.
Yep. Yeah, this is a really friendly start. Cutie taking that side hopper hit because he missed the mock ball a bit out of character, but not really a big deal with that E tank. And we find Torian, so really nice find, but also not the greatest find because you can't follow it. But it's a great thing to
Yeah, it's
know to have this check squared away and to have one of your dead ends out.
definitely volatility of this seed just completely went down. Knowing Torian, it's not the most convenient or fun location for that to be. But there's a lot of like awful things that won't happen now. You're not going to be forced to guess going down the tube, like several transitions to find Torian.
Yeah, exactly. And then you don't have to worry about a Turian or at the back of Lower Norfair or front or somewhere like that. Um, so yeah, the runner's definitely happy to see it. Yeah, now Cutie just a little bit ahead on mostly movement, but we got the second power run pack at Old Mother Brain, so I would be very surprised if one of these runners did not do Gauntlet, but who knows? Things can happen.
Yeah, something I noticed about the first game is that they did pretty much literally the exact same things for the entire time until Cutie did bowling and Zeb did not. And to me, that seemed like Zeb knows that he needs to make at least one good play to win out over Cutie's movement. Gauntlet, it may necessarily be that play, but
I don't know if these runners think that way. Like, a lot of people tend to think that way about being an underdog, and I personally, after my own personal experience with that methodology in Random League this time, I've found that, especially in an area, you really just need to play your game, and there are just so many little decisions. Like right now, they're making the decision to go over and ship refill and do Gauntlet, and like that's a decision. And then there are a ton of other decisions kind of like this where it's just there's a lot of 50-50s, 45-65, 45-55, stuff like that, where it's not entirely clear what option is best. So people are just going to have diversions, and it's really hard to maintain the exact same path through a seed. And like, sure, there are going to be seeds where Cutie's movement is going to be the difference, but there are going to be so many more seeds where just the decision making and like the items collected and stuff like that is what decides the game. So I think both runners are just coming into this and just being like, all right, I'm going to play this seed the best I can play it. And if I lose, then oh well, at least I played my game. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes.
Got a space jump here, Gauntlet. Really nice quality of life item there.
Yeah, space jump, sick early game item. It's a really nice movement item, especially when you have no other movement items. Like when you have high jump or speed, space jump goes a bit down in quality. It's still a great item, but it's like not as useful as when you just have nothing else. Then space jump just does so much for you.
Double supers back here. So we are in major minor split. For anyone who's unfamiliar with the settings, we've got full area randomization and full boss randomization as well.
Yeah. Also worth noting that if they find high jump and kill Dragon, then Uwus are enabled without space. But yeah, in major minor, for a while people debated on is charger ammo better. Now we've really just, especially in these settings, just come to the conclusion that you really just want to play for ammo, and if charge shows up, then oh well. Just because there are so many on the way good ammo checks, like those 2 back of Gauntlet checks and stuff like that. So you just want to be picking up all the ammo you can along the way until you get to really close to ammo go mode, or at least that's how both of these players play it.
And we have a line transition to the crab hole there. That is going to be something that they could choose to do at some point. Probably not very likely.
I don't know. They've got the ship save. So yeah. If this transition's not followable, then they might do the crab hole graph jump. Yeah, and I like bailing here for Cutie. I think Zeb will do the same thing.
Yeah, not very comfy hell runs. You'd really be going for transitions, I think, on that.
Yeah. 2 tank upper north for hell runs. You don't really want to be stuck doing those, even with space jump.
This is and Zeb not gonna go this way.
Here. Look at this. Here's the diversions I've been talking about. Both of these plays are reasonable, and like they're just doing different things. And yeah, Cutie gonna bail on that gravity jump. So for those who don't know, you can do a gravity jump into crab hole and make it up. If the transition is an aligned transition. If it's not aligned, then you'll just be put into a standing pose and you won't have any momentum. But if it's aligned, you can do a gravity jump up from like no water transition to a water transition. That's just a vanilla mechanic, and then you can get up that hole and go check the main street hole. And since they have a save, that's a really nice play to do, but you also don't want to be spending forever and a day on it. So makes sense.
Yeah, it can be a bit of a tricky thing, so I understand really not wanting to throw any time to that.
Yeah, I definitely get it. But Yeah, now both runners going to East Criteria. Also, Chad pointing out going to Business Center from that Croc portal was an option. That might have been pretty viable, but it's out of logic, I'm pretty sure. So I think not doing that is fine. But yeah, I didn't even think of it.
Yeah, both just gonna kind of play the safer option, I think, here, just to head over, check out the other two portals on this side.
Yeah, I definitely think this is fine. Find back of Ellen at the Criteria Crab portal, and now we find single chamber at the Moat portal. Cutie, after a bit of deliberation, is going to go back through it. And Zeb looking like he's continuing on.
Yeah, he's got to save. This is a little bit tight on his health.
Yeah,
he's okay.
Yeah, he'll be. I hate that.
He's got full reserve, so.
Yeah, he just needs to not take a Viola hit there. So Zeb, I think, is just gonna. Oh, he's just gonna reset. Oh wow, that's a lot of time loss.
Yeah, it's really interesting. And Cutie basically in the same position now too. Is Zeb just? I guess he left the moat power bomb. That's actually kind of a big deal.
Yeah, now he needs to find a missile and a power bomb to be able to CF, whereas Cutie only needs to find the missile, which are pretty common, as you might expect. But yeah, I think Zeb realizing he could get to Chronic Portal better from the Croc Door Portal, but Cutie realized that straight away, or at least quicker than Zeb did, so... Yeah, now Zeb a bit in the lead, but is missing that power bomb pack.
This is making me really interested in where bottom of the main street goes.
Yeah, if you make that gravity jump for Cutie, then that could be a really interesting play. Zeb going to Business Center. Okay. I think this is fine. Yeah, Cutie following. Yep. Yeah, I like this. Business Center is just a sick area. 2 majors for pretty quick time investment, and then also the 2 portals. And if you follow either of them, then you can just never come back. It's great. And yeah, now that missile at Croc Escape is going to make Cutie able to CF. And he will have a... Oh, wow, and Zeb finds the power bomb, not even punished.
Yeah, that's really good. He's going to be able to CF to check Ice Beam here. If this is not any tank.
It's an tank anyway. But yeah, both these runners are going to be able to do ice after this, and then we'll check the portals. But yeah, now Zeb is just in the lead. Cutie has that extra power bomb, but it won't really mean all that much, likely, unless they end up doing a lower Norfair or Suda CF.
It's pretty interesting how close the runners are together after there's some decent opportunities for divergence.
Yeah, I definitely agree. There were a lot of little divergences here, but the runners have just just drawn themselves together, I guess. They've been doing like largely the same things with a bunch of like little tiny divergences.
Mm-hmm. And we see a screw tech. That is a very good item.
For sure. Screw a sick item. Definitely want to see it, especially in combination with Space Jump.
Oh, yeah.
Nice iceless ice escape for Zeb. Let's see if Cutie can follow suit. Oh, and Zeb finds top of West. This is massive. He knows Crab Hole, so he can just fall down West for free, pretty much.
Yeah.
if this isn't something he wants to do. And it's
Oh.
Croc! Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Oh.
I huge agree with doing Croc here, and then you fall down west. If you don't find Varia, pretty much.
Yeah, this is a decently isolated Croc.
Yeah, and I like QD taking that farm. I probably would have done the same. Just because you're right there. And I don't know. I think I'd do second item here. Like, it's pretty slow, but you're suitless, and you're about to fall down west. If you find Gravity, it's massive. If you find Varia, that's also massive, because then you can potentially do it like above a mountain. But you probably still fall down west. And also, high jump is, like, also insane, because you can get out of Mama Turtle.
Yeah, early on, most items are very strong here.
Yeah, for sure. Like,
Yeah,
even
and with how
E-Tank is
isolated
great.
the Croc is. Yeah, even.
Yeah. I like there are a lot of arguments to leave it, but at the same time you just don't know enough about the seed that like you can still just find either suit here and you just get owned. So yeah, I definitely like respect like leaving a second item Croc, but I think I'd do it because I'm a coward. Yeah, Zeb coming up on the second item of Croc here.
E-Tank.
Justin E-Tank, so Nevdy's winning the seed by a million years. But yeah, E-Tank even not that bad because it's an E-Tank. It refills your health, obviously. And I don't know. Third E-Tank's pretty strong. But they're not doing hell runs anytime soon, so it's definitely not like the grand prize or anything. Now, heading out of Croc, gonna fall down. I would be very surprised to not see Zeb fall down west, because you know where Crop Hole is, so you can't get soft here, and you're very likely to find like a Red Tower or Green Bryn, and even knowing that that's not there, checking that portal really tells you something about the seed, because then you can go to Chronic Boost. That's your last portal, and it has to lead to everything else, which is super powerful knowledge. At the moment, this is like one of the 2 portals that can open the seed up. Let's see it.
Alright, what do we got?
Oh, it's front of East! Oh my gosh! Wow.
Being funneled into Chronic.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, you just have to do Chronic here. And it doesn't even matter, because Zeb's going to come out Crab Hole, and he'll be right next to Chronic. You can just go to Crab Door, and then... Not Crab Door, to Croc Door, and then he's right next to Chronic. So, yeah, then that'll probably take him to somewhere in Red Tower.
I guess we could also find a Gravity in Upper Norfair that gets us to pre-up, right?
Good point, yeah, that is also a possibility. We could find Gravity there, and that takes us to Pre-Aqueduct, and that also opens up the seed. But Zeb will know if that's the case, if this is, I guess, specifically back of East Meridia, because Kraid has potential for progression. Green Bryn and Red Bryn open up the seed, and then Wrecked Ship is weird. I guess also in front of Ellen. Yeah, I don't really like doing bubble here since you know that this is so likely to be your progression. Oh, it is back of west. Back of right ship. Oh my
So
gosh.
something's at bubble, right?
Yeah, gravity pretty much has to be at bubble, or some way to get through wreck ship.
Yeah, high jump,
Yeah,
basically.
or it could be pre-aqueduct, or it could be mama turtle. But it's probably bubble. Yeah, Cutie probably saying this map sucks. Well, he will be once he finds his transition. Yeah, Zeb taking the farm here. I like the farm here because then you can do North Road Reserve first and then farm at speed.
Gonna grab this little super here in bubble. Cutie gonna follow Zeb to this farm room here. We've also seen back of lower, so we could find the area suit that forced us back there. But there has to be something here. And choosing what order to do these hell runs is always a bit of a conundrum for me.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of arguments to do Upper North Road Hell runs a lot of different ways, and which items you find here can also massively influence that. Like finding E-tanks, finding a suit. Those are the big ones.
Cutie's gonna skip the save here. Has a crystal flash. Feeling confident. And
Yeah,
here goes. I'd be checking his wave first.
Yeah, I don't mind this. You can do this, and then you go to speed last, and you get the farm before whatever else you're doing.
And it's gravity.
Yep. So now that's gonna be our answer. Pre-aqueduct. Gonna open up the seed probably.
Also, they could go into the wreck ship.
That
They
is
are
also
pretty close to being able to kill Ridley. They're a little bit short on energy. And cutting it close on supers is not fun for a wreck ship Ridley.
Yeah, you really want to have 35 if you're gonna do a wreck ship Ridley, just because it makes getting to that Ridley with 30. It's just so much easier. Zeb cutting it close, exiting Hell Run, that Hell Run there, gonna have to pull reserve before doing speed. So definitely you want to farm up to full supers here. You're gonna have to farm a bunch of health anyways to be able to do speed. And now Zeb done with his farming for now. Gonna check speed here. Gets the missile beforehand, so 35-30, pretty good place to be. Wonder which missile Cutie skipped.
Cutie skipped the reserve missile in the reserve room.
Oh, okay. Now, yeah, now we're just gonna do a little bit more farming for Zeb, and then it'll be decision time. Back of wrecked ship is pretty close, but just a Brick Cathedral Hell Run away, a backwards Cathedral Hell Run away, and you can go back west. But looks like Zeb is gonna be headed to back of wrecked ship here.
The wrecked ship, yeah.
And so will Cutie. Cutie having made up a lot of time in this up north for now only like a room behind Zeb.
Yeah, this is a tantalizingly close to possible Ridley. Losing this health from the Hell Run is really bad because you just don't want to go in 4-1 to that.
Yeah, and you'll see Zeb is farming these crabs. He's looking for health for a potential Ridley here. Like, they're already thinking about this. This is... Oh my gosh. This is dumb.
I mean, I'd be doing the exact same thing here.
Yeah.
You're just so close to being able to do it.
Yeah, and Cutie playing this so aggressive. Yeah. Cutie's saying, if this is a Ridley, I'm losing, basically. Or I'm gonna have to come back. Or I'm gonna farm the Kagos and prove them.
Or he's saying, I'm gonna farm Kagos instead.
Yeah, Kagos make sense. Just crabs have a really nice drop rate for health, especially with full power bombs.
Yeah, both of them doing the health farm, which is really smart.
Yep.
So they'll be on handful supers though, because you have to use 2 to get into the boss.
You only need to use 1 if you really are concerned about health, because you can miss the Ghidorah.
That's a good point. Yeah. So there's actually a lot of options at this point. They're kind of spread out. We could go back to West Meridia, follow Pre-Aqueduct. We can also go to Aqueduct at bottom of Main and see what's there. That's kind of not the best.
Yeah.
But they could CF clip that. They've got bombs.
Yeah, they could do the CF clip. A Ridley back at East Meridian in that situation is still not great.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of possibilities, but they're probably going to be looking at front of wrecked ship after this, no matter what boss this is. So
it's so likely that that's a green brain or a red tower. We still haven't seen any of those. So, and no crate. Fan2.
So yeah, not Ridley. This is really nice, but Fentune is really kind of the second worst boss here.
Yeah,
Ridley
I'd
being
be
the worst.
to see this because you know you're still about to find green, red, red, red. You basically have a lot of different options to search for Barrier. And one keeps you here while one moves you forward with some more info.
Yeah, it's gonna, and Cutie's probably gonna save time on this Fentune fight too. But yeah, the big decision is gonna be how much of ship do you do. You definitely want to do right supers. You probably don't do top with you definitely don't do top with 1 suit and all this equipment. But then wreck ship E-Tank is just so far out of the way that you're really not doing it unless the front is like cracked or crayed and you have to go through the back. And yeah, now Cutie has taken the lead, just on a better Fentune fight.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yes.
agree. I think they'll skip the top and not do the E-tank.
Yeah, you're definitely right though, DJ Webb. It is not Croc because we already found that.
True. And we get a plasma.
Yeah, plasma. Nice item. Doesn't really mean all that much with screw and no charge, but cool item. Yeah, no hate for plasma. Just really at this point, want to be seeing E-tanks, movement items, or Varia. And charge is okay, but Zeb probably doesn't want to see charge a whole lot. Because Zeb known ammo hunt god. Yeah. Oh wow! Did Zeb already do the front? No way Zeb's just committing to E-tank here. I want to hear why Zeb is doing E-tank, because I would not be doing this, but I want to hear what he thinks.
Yeah, interesting. I mean, I assume he'll still go out the front.
Yeah.
This is a little bit out of the way. I guess it's not really too bad.
Yeah, there's just a lot of things you want to follow at the front, like Red Tower here. Now you just want to do Red Tower. So Zeb will be up that E-tank, but it's going to be a fair chunk of time behind for now.
Cutie's probably going to end up filling up his map pretty quickly here with this Red Tower.
Yeah, Red Tower is going to give you a ton of portal knowledge really quickly. We could see a Red Tower loop in theory.
Yeah.
We get crate at the top of Red Tower, so Cutie at this point prepared for any boss might take the save in case of Ridley, since he's only on 5+1, but has a billion supers now.
Yeah,
Cutie.
Follows Cutie in here.
Yep. Zeb also going to follow Cutie into Kraid.
See what this boss is here.
Vanilla Kraid. So we've got 2 vanilla bosses now. So the runners, well, Cutie knows and Zeb will know eventually once he finds this boss that Dragon and Ridley are swapped. So Dragon will be in LN and Ridley will be in Meridia, because the Metroid Randomizer assures that there will not be all four bosses vanilla in boss random. The way it does that is it randomly shuffles all 4 bosses and then checks if they're all vanilla. If it does, it rerolls. If they are vanilla, then it rerolls, that is.
So we got a grapple beam. That's a decent item, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I think grapple's pretty okay. No, grapple is sick. Love grapple.
It's definitely very, very strong.
Yeah. Grapple definitely.
It does so much.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Gives you a free Dragon kill. Without gravity, it does a lot of stuff. With gravity, it does help a lot with Suitless Lone Warfare.
Yeah, and the runners are going to be thinking about Suitless Lone Warfare here as well, because this is like the scenario for Suitless LN. I was really like waiting for that item to be Vara, just spoil my entire topic. But yeah, high jump, awesome item.
Yeah,
Cutie definitely happy to see that. Yeah, write down the quote book, Sloters. Grapple is okay. MM2 2023.
So with Wreckship and Kraid clear, they know back of lower, and they know front of east, and they know Torian. When do they just go back to one of those areas? Because they can keep searching for Varia, or they can call it and go back. Lower Norfair is in the same area as Torian, so it helps that it's at the end at least.
Yeah, the game's going to end in Criteria, so they probably want to end with a front-to-back LN of some sort. So they're
That
probably,
makes more sense.
yeah, they're probably going to be looking for just portals at this point, fill out the map, which I think is why QD skipped that green brand there at middle of Red Tower. Maybe he does? Yeah, he's going to do this. You're on 5+1, you're not doing LN in this shape. Especially not front to back. Well, okay, now you are with the Varia. Yeah, right, so now
QD shape here.
Yeah, QD just gonna be ahead here now. That extra tank for Zeb won't really make much of a difference. Could be some divergence though if Zeb ends up going into Green Bren, but I do like going down and just filling out your map here. Oh, and Zeb is gonna do Green Bren. Wow. Like I definitely don't like hate this. It's like it's Green Bren. He's even skipping New Bridge portal. He just wants the items to see. Yeah. But yeah, QD finds back of East and then front of LN. So QD just knows everything. Like he can check this portal and it'll fill out his map, which I think is why he's doing it. Wait, why is
I don't know why he's going in here.
Because wait, no. Yeah, this is smart because then he can go through Green Bren and go to Pre-Aqueduct, and then he'll be at front of East. Then he can go front to back East, and then he'll be right next to front of LN. Yeah, no, this is smart from QD, and then he can also do Green Bren and get his ammo.
Yeah, he still needs so much ammo here.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. I forgot about Pre-Aqueduct. That's actually really smart. It's going to give him front of East very quickly.
Yeah, no,
and then he gets back to Criteria for back-to-back.
Yeah, this is super smart from QD. QD is just insane gaming at this point. Like, it's not... no, it's kind of over.
Yeah, the Varia just not having Varia is going to be really hard to come back from when...
Yeah, just go to the items.
Yeah, Zeb doesn't have any advantage really at all here.
Yeah, Zeb really just doesn't have anything on QD. And, like, we know that Newbridge is going to go to Pre-Aqueduct in West Meridia. And QD also does know that. Zeb doesn't, because he's missing out on the bottom front tower portals. But, yeah, Zeb just did the Rection E-Tank check, put himself behind, and then went into Green Bren, and, like, that's reasonable, and then the items just didn't pan out that way, and the portals also didn't pan out his way. So, oh wow, QD's just going out. So is QD gonna do back-to-back East Meridia then? I think QD might be doing. No.
Oh, he's just gonna go this way.
No. This makes sense. This makes so much sense. QD's gonna do front to back LN, followed by going across Criteria, and then he'll go to Crab Hole in West Meridia, do front of East, and then front of front, and then he'll be next to Turian, and he'll be fine. This is also smart. QD is officially gaming.
So he's gonna do front to back, then front to front East Meridia, then Torian.
Could be. Nevdi is also pointing out a good option for QD is to do front to front LN, and then he can do back to front East. That also is just super good.
Yeah, he's gonna be able to kill the Dragon here and makes back of East a little less volatile.
Yeah, and he's also got grapple to make it easy or quick. And yeah, Cutie's still going to check a couple more miners because he needs more ammo. That's the last piece of Cutie's puzzle is the ammo, but he's got PBs of Shame. Probably will do Mickey Mouse on the way out of front of LN if he's going that way. And then he's got East Meridia stuff, so he's got time to figure it out. Just doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, he's got plenty of ammo checks on his way. Zeb's gonna find his Varisuit here shortly.
Hopefully.
Yeah, here he goes.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if Zeb doesn't check Spazer here before deciding to go into LN. And yeah, Zeb's just gonna get back for doing Green Bren.
Oh, and did you see Zeb's face there? Not too happy. Following the Green Bren.
Yeah. Yeah, Zeb just got max punished for doing what he did.
Yeah. Yeah, and he knows that he could have skipped the wreck ship E-tank too. And Cutie obviously must have felt really good about that skip once he found the Varia.
Yep. Yeah. Cutie just played this scene really well. Like, Cutie's been playing really well. He's gaming.
He sure is.
He sure is. And yeah,
hasn't dropped a game.
he has not. That is a fact. And yeah, Cutie skipped drag item just because there's no real item that you really need there. A Zeb skip. Oh, he is short a Zeb skip. Shoot.
Ooh, I didn't think about that.
Maybe Cutie should have done that.
Yeah.
Skipping it's fine. It just you have to deal with the consequences of your actions.
So I think I heard this from Zeb. If you have 50 missiles, that's enough to kill all Zebs and break the glass and refill.
Yeah, 45 is actually enough if you're perfect.
Oh, okay. So he can just call it and not bother to get like any more ammo.
Yeah,
but the Zeb
he does
save a ton
really want one more missile at least. And Cutie is going to go at the back, so he'll just run across Criteria here, and then he'll be in West Meridian and do front to front east. Yeah, front to front east. Oh shoot! If he's doing front to front east, he really should have back behind Dre, I think. And yeah, I think Cutie's realizing that. Because now Cutie has to CF clip.
He can go underneath and around.
He could do that, yeah, that's right. But I feel like if you're doing that, you should just go out the front of that line, and then you're right next to back at east, and that's just going to be faster.
Yeah. I don't think that if Zeb sees a speed right here behind Dragon, I don't know if that would be enough, but it saves a lot. Zeb's get plus just timing speed. So I wonder if he'll check that. I mean, I'm sure he might be feeling behind a little bit too, getting all those tanks and then spiking the Varia.
Yeah, just doing Green Run. It's such such a long commitment. But yeah, Zeb really just needs to spike something behind Dre. That's going to be his only advantage over Cutie. And even if he does, I don't know if it'll be enough. It would really just have to be speed.
Yeah,
Or maybe
that's
ice. But probably just speed. But yeah, we'll see what
He's
Zeb
gonna check
does.
the major here, looks like.
Yeah, looking like it. If he wasn't, he would just skip the drops. But yeah, I don't think Zeb is happy
Alright,
with his
let's
decisions.
go speed booster right here.
Yeah, Cutie could also just find the. Yeah, it's the game probably.
Yeah.
And yeah, now, what the heck was that? I don't even know. Oh yeah, Cutie
So
gonna check
Kitty's
left
gonna
hand
go ahead and
because it's on screen.
go around the long way here instead of CF clipping.
Yeah. Now Cutie's just got a million ammo. Cutie, please. Nice 4-tail jump morph. And yeah, Zeb's gonna very likely go out the front here and save some time, but it just won't be enough since Cutie's already at that point, or at least will be in like a minute. And yeah, I don't know. Both runners played the seed really well. Cutie just played it a bit more aggressively, played it a bit more high percent. Yeah, and got rewarded. That's how these things go. Yeah, with Dragon dead, Cutie can just go through Cack Alley and head straight to the boss. No boxing fight required.
As it should be. As God intended.
As Deer Force intended.
Yeah.
Now let's see the Ridley for Cutie. Misses one super on the tail. I think that's two. Nice. Good fight for Cutie. That was really solid. And yeah, Zeb going out the front of Ellen into the back of East. This is a route we've talked about. I definitely like it. Yeah. Not really. I highly doubt Zeb's gonna. I wonder what was Cutie gonna pick that up if that was supers? Because
I don't know.
I don't really know why you check that otherwise. Because you don't really want power bombs there.
No.
Yeah, gonna skip that spring ball. Just won't really save time. And also, you're not even doing stand up, so you can't save the 2 seconds on 2 cry if you're gonna do that. Slaughter's feeling the betrayal from Cutie. Might see a new team entering Rando League Season 5. Cat Girls with a new roster.
Alright, Cutie back in criteria, gonna make his way to the Torian.
Yep. Cutie will not be stopping by the ship because he'll get the refill from the area rando Turian elevator. Sick feature. Zeb now in his Ridley fight. Just a bit behind Cutie, just a bit too much behind. But yeah, I think this is Cutie just exerting his power as the protagonist of reality, as we all know. Yeah, also worth noting, the winner of this match does go on to face Sloters in the winners finals. So I'm sure Sloters will take out her Spring Ball induced rage.
Oh
Spring
yeah.
Ball skip induced rage in that series.
I think some revenge is gonna be in order.
Yeah, very well could be. Speaking of gamers who've been cooking, Sloters has been playing really well. People have been saying that the old guard is washed up, but no, Sloters she's been playing really well.
Yeah, Sloters has been absolutely cooking.
Yeah.
This tournament. I don't know if she's dropped a game. I can't remember, but being undefeated in matches and just putting up some crazy fast races. So that's going to be a sick winners finals race. Cutie powerbombing the Rinka to track all the Metroids. Did one of them get away there? Oh, missed. Attached, yeah.
No, that's just a stream strat. You just Cutie used 3 power bombs, so it was fine.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you messed it up. But yeah, no problem. Yeah, he's gonna lay the early power bomb in here too. Very nice. Super quick.
Yeah, these are actually all Metroid Rim strats that were coined by Stream and put into practice in his low speed runs, and then we all just learned the strats from him because they're good. But you'll see Cutie taking almost no damage here, which is kind of the purpose of those strats, because in low speed you don't want to be taking too much damage. And now Cutie going to be headed into Baby Skip.
Yep, he does have the option to go for a skip here. Without speed and without wave, it's not going to be the fastest. He's going to go for it though. He still saved like 15 seconds at least. Ooh, and the beginning looked good, but he landed on that little cicada shell guy down there.
Yeah, Cutie not looking too happy about it, but yeah, just take a little fall, and that's enough to disrupt the baby.
And gonna refill the reserves. He doesn't want to bother going into the refill room twice because he needs to kill everything in Mother Brain. First, this is a little bit scary, health, but I have faith.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, at least it's not like low percent where you just go in here on 0-1. But yeah, Cutie gonna have to kill a couple Zebs. Hopefully he remembers to go back and refill.
Yeah. See, like, you got screwed, but like these Rinkas are always just gonna go straight at you.
Yep, and you're not really wanting to move too much since you want to be right next to those Zebs. Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, don't fall in there. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, Cutie makes it out safely, is going to go back and refill his health. And does Zeb have enough ammo to just go kill the Zebs and kill Mother Brain in the one trip? I think he does.
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay,
that'll
you can do
also
Glass and Zebs with 50, right? So then he is 30 and 5 enough for Mothering 1? I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, because Zebs are 44 if you're perfect. And then 9. So you're on 27 and yeah, you have more than enough with Zeb's ammo.
Yeah,
You
so
have
that's gonna
like
save a ton of time,
yeah,
but it won't be
you have
enough.
like 2756. So all told you have 15 missiles of leeway for everything for Zeb. Oh wait, no. No, you have 6 missiles of leeway for everything. I forgot to calculate the doors in there. But yeah. Yeah, Zeb's gonna have a bunch more ammo, so he will save time if he's gonna play this aggressive and not refill anything.
Mm-hmm.
Zeb being a little conservative with that baby skip, you notice he landed on that pillar instead of just going right to the final area. It does
Very
get that
nicely
baby
gets
skip.
it.
Nice job, Zeb. He misses a couple
He
supers.
just missed 2 supers there.
That is worrying. Like normally that's terrifying. It might be the end of your run, but he's got enough ammo. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I didn't see what he entered with, but it was, I think it was 54 supers. Okay, yeah, he's already good.
Yeah, Zeb knows how much leeway he has, I'm pretty sure.
Fair enough.
I think he has 2 missiles leeway. Yeah. 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 Zeb has 2 missiles, so he can't miss a super, and he can miss 2 missiles max. He did miss a couple missiles on MB1, but yeah.
Fight is always so scary on once you get to this catch-up phase, though, it's pretty free. And he's
Zeb makes it.
nice.
Nice job, Zeb.
Cutie testing that rainbow beam out, making sure it works.
Yep.
Alright, Cutie just gonna get off this planet.
Yeah.
We are going to be done with this match in a
Yeah.
2-0.
Yeah, assuming no solar flares, QD gonna be taking the win on this series. Moving on to phase Sloters in the winners finals. Zeb, since this is a double elimination tournament, will not be out of it yet. We'll be dropping down to the losers bracket and facing someone.
I'm waiting for you to.
Oh yeah, no, it's Snapdy.
Oh, all right. Grudge match.
Yeah. So so Zeb's going to be dropping down to the losers bracket after he redeems his free win. He'll be facing the winner of Dirk and Audra. So should be a good match.
And Zeb is gonna get not quite escape sniped, or just barely.
Yeah, just barely not escape sniped. But yeah, G's to a real cutie, finishing in first place with a race time of 59 minutes and 12 seconds. G's to cutie.
Zeb's gonna go ahead and close this one out. We'll see if we get any ready to join us. Alright, get your GG's in for Zeb, who gets a second place finish here.
Yep, finishing
An hour
with
41 minutes.
Yep, we're joined by Zeb and Cutie. GG's to both of you.
GG.
Yep, GG.
Yeah.
It's a weird one. I learned something new about the logic. It comes up so rarely as being required that I like. So the space jump to Business Center with 2 tanks. I was like, I really want to do this, but I don't think it's in logic. I thought it was 3. And if it's not in logic, you run the risk of just being like the 2 portals at Business Center are just misses. And then if you don't get enough E-tanks, like
I mean, even if it isn't logic, it's not necessarily required at that point when you find it. The answer could still be across criteria.
Well, exactly.
And so you're still running the risk even if it isn't logic.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Like, you're running the risk even if it isn't logic. Yep. Because it could be across criteria. So it's just like, I don't want to like commit to this. Like maybe with the save at the Croc portal, it's fine, but like it's a really bad reset if neither of those 2 portals at the top hit, and like the 2 items at Business Center aren't good, and then you have to like go through Cathedral or something on like really bad energy possibly. So it just didn't seem. I didn't want to run the risk, so then I ran across criteria and was confused for a second, almost tried to go through single chamber and then just ran back out. I didn't save at the ship because I was like so certain this is the answer that I like didn't save at the ship. So I was like, oh, I better not like try this. So I just ran back and then ran back across and felt kind of terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I did save at the ship on the way back because my health was bad and I wanted to refill for my reserve too. And then I saw the portal. I saw like the single chamber portal, and for some reason I just decided to go through it. And then I got to Bubble Mountain. I was like, "What am I doing?" And I just reset back to the ship at that point.
Yeah, my reserve was fine, which is why I didn't save the ship because I farmed Kegos to try the jump through Crab. I've not practiced it enough to like reliably not take damage doing it, and I even missed it in this. Thankfully, honestly, but so I farmed the Kegos to get I farmed a Kego to get at least full like 199, and I'm pretty sure I got a full reserve off of that. If not, it was close. So I was like fine to not save, and then I missed the Crab jump, and then when Redfish was at the top of Business Center, I was like, oh son of a bitch, he's gonna do the son of a gun, he's gonna do the jump up Crab Hole, and then it's just going to be Green Bryn at Main Street, and I'm going to be like miles behind, right? And then I saw Croc, and I was like, I kind of have to do this, both
Mhm.
items, and it turns
Yep.
out both items were logically required because you needed to get that E-Tank at the grapple location. And so, yeah, I, I was just like, I felt really bad about the early game. Like, I don't think I made wrong plays. They just like didn't, they didn't feel like they were working out until they did. Because, you know, because they all eventually worked out and were good. But like at the time, none of them felt good. The only one that didn't end up working out was checking Chronic before Bubble Mountain, which I did because I felt very likely it was Green Bryn. And if Speed Booster isn't exactly an E-Tank or a Varia, like...
I mean, I don't think that worked out too badly either. Like, I did the same thing, basically.
It wasn't terrible, no, but it was a little inefficient. And yeah, I thought about skipping Speed as well because, like,
I think it
logically
could have been high jump too.
Speed could have been high jump. You're right. Yeah, but like logically, it couldn't have. The only thing it could have been that is like quote like soft required is like Varia, so which is like why I checked it. But it was like super likely to just be
Yeah,
an E-Tank.
I think that like it's very likely to be an E-Tank, but like in that situation, like what else are you looking for other than I guess Varia and high jump? Like I guess speed would be nice, but like
Speed or
those
ice.
are kind of like the most important item, or like some of the most important items you would want anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not like, yeah.
I don't think it was wrong to check it, but like it crossed my mind to skip it more so, just because like you can, it's like 90% E-Tank. Like it's E-Tank, Varia, high jump. I think those are the only logical things left for it to be. Because I think space jump does not lower the E-Tank requirement for the reserve, right?
I don't think.
So I think that's 5.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it's weird. But yeah, I think Zeb and I were talking. It sounds like we did the same stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all were like
Very
really
much mostly.
synced for like the entire early game until Zeb you made the Rekship E-Tank play and Cutie didn't. And then,
Yeah, Zeb was ahead and into Fantoon. Cutie, you pulled ahead from the Fantoon fight, and then Zeb checked Rekship E. And then Zeb also dipped Green Brand before checking Spazer at the end, which
I basically thought that like whatever portal I got spit out at the top of Green Bryn, like I kind of didn't need portals anymore, so I just wanted to like get all the items first.
Yeah,
it probably
kinda
get
made
spit out.
sense.
The reason I skipped it was I was looking. So in my mind at this point, I was like, I'm gonna do Ellen like front to back into Turian. So I was looking for.
I just don't think
I was
that
looking for
really worked.
It didn't. It didn't.
Like and that was the issue. Like I wanted to do the exact same thing. Like I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I want to do that too, but I just like was thinking about it. I was like, man, it just doesn't work. Like it just doesn't.
Yeah. Like I was basically looking for pre-aqueduct, and my other thought was like Green Bryn is a little bit more efficient from the other two portals anyway.
Yeah,
So,
I just like abandoned the very bottom portal because of that.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I didn't, because I was feeling at the time I don't really need portals information as much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I
at
just
that point.
The big thing was I wanted to at least know where Front of LN was too, because like if Front of LN is like a Green Bryn portal, then I'll like get there as efficiently as possible by doing Red Bryn, as well. So the way, and I also was like Spazer's here. Spazer, if that's like an E-Tank, like 6+1 is a little sketchy, but with high jump, screw, and space, like and 20 power bombs that I had, like and bombs, like 6+1 is not an unreasonable front to back Lord Norfer, I don't think. Because I had like 2 crystal flashes for sure. There's Dragon there, because I know it's not Ridley. Like it could get sketchy if neither Firefleet or Dragon pops an E-Tank, but like it's still doable. So my mind was I'm looking for like a Zeb skip, and I'm gonna find an E-Tank along the way.
That's basically like what I was thinking too. Like, and so that like, as I was doing the Fantoon fight, I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna skip Rekship E-Tank. I'm just gonna skip it. And I thought more and more, and I was like, man, there are like 5 items that are really good here.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just couldn't like And then, like, I was also thinking, like, the map doesn't necessarily have to work out still. This could be, like... It could be, like, East Meridia here, still. Like, and this could just be, like, the worst map of all time. And if that's, like, how it is, then I want to have done the Rekship E-Tank first, kind of a thing. If I'm still not going to be finding Green Bryn. So I was basically like thinking about it, and I eventually decided to do it. I don't know if it's right still. I think that it's reasonably close, but
Yeah.
I think it's really unfortunate for me that none of like the items that I checked that Q didn't popped, because
Yeah.
there were so many
That's
good
so
things that could
likely.
have been.
Yeah,
like-
I like
Mm-hmm.
the whole time I was like, I feel good about skipping most of Greenbryn. I think going into it in the first place was a mistake, because in my mind I was like, oh, I'm looking for like pre-aqueduct, so I can do East
Mhm.
Meridia front to front, and then I go back through West Meridia, and then I like, as I was going down the elevator in Greenbryn, realizing it was at the bottom, I'm like, oh wait, no, just front to back LN, run across criteria is so much better here. So I was like, I'll do the reserve for ammo, because my ammo is like, I was like, what, 40, 45 or something? Like I had 45 supers.
Mhm.
So I was like, I'll just do the reserve here for ammo. And I think if this isn't a seed with 32 super missiles, that's not bad. But since it's a seed with 32 super missiles, it felt bad to not just completely skip Greenbryn entirely and like go down the elevator, do reserve, come up the elevator kind of a thing.
Yeah, I was feeling bad for having overchecked ammo for a long time in the seed, and then I was all like, wait, like I'm close enough that I can just get enough ammo to not have to refill after killing the Zebs.
Yeah,
And then
I think I was
like, okay, I'm like I snail clipped at the end, so I could.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm not. So my R button has been messed up. Like I've been trying to fix my controller, but I haven't been playing that much, so I haven't noticed that much stuff. And I didn't realize that my R button was so screwed up. So you saw like at the end there, on MB1, I was pressing R, but my Samus wasn't angling, and I shot like a missile or two, like straight instead of into the glass, and so I ended up having like 2 missiles of leeway, and I was scared during the fight because my R button's messed up in a fight that I can't miss a super. So it's like,
Yeah.
that's pretty scary. But
Yeah, that is. And I think like I felt really bad about my ammo when I was like I was like trying to very quickly do the math in my head, but like I am not well versed in, I think it's what, just 2 missiles, 3 supers, so it's like 11 missiles per Zebetite, but also I've not practiced killing them ever in my life, so I'm like, I'm going to get my stuff blocked. So I like now I was 50 70, which I think is a super pack away from not having to refill. I think it's close.
let me think.
50, well, you were 80 65, so if I was 50
yeah,
75,
you're basically like a super away.
yeah, I was like a super away from like comfortably not having to refill, right? I could even open like a door and then go back, right? And like, and I think at that point it was a mistake to not commit to refill skip at that point. But like, I having never practiced it ever, or practiced killing Zebetites, it was definitely, I think, a place where checking Greenbryn and being able to skip that did end up making up a decent chunk of time, but like not enough, obviously.
Yeah.
This is your sign to run TC. We kill Zebs here.
Pass.
Wow. But yeah, definitely well-run game from both of you. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, great race.
Yeah, really good race. Anything else y'all want to say on stream here?
That was a weird map. I'm not gonna say it was a bad one. It was weird though. It it could have been so much worse, and it like kind of worked out. But I think
that it could have been so much better too. Like if there were just like a way, like if the front of East Meridia where the back was, and Barry was nowhere to be found, then this would have been a
that'd be
sweet
so
seed.
good. It would have been a really cool seed. I actually completely agree. It would have been sick. And also in that case, I would have gone into Greenbryn there. I think it's correct to go into Greenbryn there, and it would have been a really sick seed actually. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't like, it kind of like the LN being in criteria like worked out really nice at least, and like there were enough ways back, but it could have been so much worse. It's also just a weird one where you're put into a situation that you don't see generally, because like since it places everything and checks for beatability, like adverse selection, Greenbryn's just earlier on like it's going to be earlier, because if Greenbryn is earlier, the seed is more likely to be beatable. So, when you find like late green Brens in a situation where like you're in like a soft go mode, you get put in really weird situations that I think are really interesting and worth discussing. And I think at least that's a cool aspect of this seed, but it definitely was a weird one, and I learned something new logically, and I really, even if I knew that was the logic, I don't know if I would have done it just because it's so bad to get stuck in business center with 2 tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, not knowing like the other portals that you could get to, I think it's like reasonable to do it because 2 portals is a lot. And also
Yeah.
like if you get like 1 more E-Tank, or if you get like probably 1 more E-Tank plus Crystal Flash or 2 more E-Tanks, you're probably like at least have like an out in that. Where you can like at least get back across. But yeah, it is pretty risky, I feel like, to go straight in on that.
Yeah, certainly.
Yeah.
It was, well, especially because like you would have to go back and farm a Kega to fill your reserve, right?
Mhm.
To do it.
I was
So it's
really
just, like...
also considering skipping Spacer, which I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah.
When I got
Yeah.
came out at the bottom of Red Tower, that was a thought that crossed my mind. I was thinking about like I was really hoping it would be or West Meridia, the tube would, so I could go do the front of East front to front, and then come back and do LN front to back. But
yeah. The more I
although
think
at that
about
point
it,
you might
though,
want to do back to back.
the more I think about it, the more I think like there's a world where like you would go through pre-aqueduct and do East Meridia front to front and then just run across criteria for back-to-back LN. Like the more I think about it, the more I think that's like a pretty viable play. Like, but the problem is just the way the Green Bryn portals work out. Like you're gonna see that before you do Green Bryn, or like you're gonna see it after you've seen front of LN. At which point, like
for me, I realized that once I was at tube, so I'm probably not going back up like Red Tower to do that. Especially because like the front of East Meridia is not bad to finish like for Torian too.
Yeah, it's really not.
And then you don't have to worry about Crystal Flash clipping or anything. So.
Yep. Yeah. So
I was also really considering running through Green Bryn and not doing like Wavegate and Edicoons, just doing the other items.
Yeah.
That was a thought that I had too.
Yeah, I might. I mean, obviously, it's really hard to like say what you would have done in a different situation, especially because you have knowledge of how the things go. So it's really easy to just like weight your decision toward the one that works out better subconsciously. But like, I don't think it's even bad to skip Edicoons and Wavegate either in the situation.
I think I had the same thought where I was thinking about Wreckship E-Tank, and I just decided like there are too many good items outstanding for me. But
yeah, like there are a lot of good items.
Did you also check behind Dragon?
I did not. I checked behind Ridley though.
Okay, I checked behind Dragon. By the time I got to Ridley, I had like committed to like being able to break glass anyway. So I didn't check behind Ridley at that point. But when I was at Dragon, I still wasn't at that point. So I still checked behind Dragon.
Yeah, that's. I don't know about the Drake. Like, I think checking behind Dragon there is fine. I was like super considering it. And at the same time, it's like there's a lot of good items there, but from my perspective too, I've left 3 in ship already. I've left all of Green Bryn. Except for
so it's less.
So it's like
to be
it's much less likely to be a good item for me. That I think in my situation it's a fine skip, and I think Ridley is a better boss check if you're going to check at least one boss, which is why I checked it.
Yeah, I was planning on checking both at the time, and then like I got a couple of extra seepers, and then I was like, okay.
Yeah, Ellen was loaded with them, and I'm like, oh god, I feel really bad about doing Bryn Reserve now. I should have just went. But but there's like no guarantee. Like it's a 32 super seed. You can't bank on it being a
Mhm.
32 super seed. For all I know, I've found all of the supers already.
New dash mode tell you the ammo distribution at the start of the seed.
I don't know if that would be like the best mode, but that'd be an interesting little wrinkle to it.
Yeah.
It would be a pretty interesting wrinkle, I think, in certain situations, because like it does give you a little bit more info to like make calls on stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not like the most interesting thing ever, but it'd be neat. But yeah, any last words from y'all before we close this thing off?
GG, and I'm looking forward to beating QD in the finals twice now.
Yeah, you know what? Hey, I don't think that's unlikely. I'll be honest with you. I think I lucked out a little bit in this. If I had a favorite to win this whole thing, it's still Zeb. So
Yeah. Well, GG, protagonist of reality cutie. Yeah.
just plot armor it.
Yeah. Yeah. Plot armor, known feature in SM Rando. But yeah. GG Cutie taking the 2-0 in the series versus Zeb. Cutie gonna be moving on to the winners finals versus Sloaters. They will be playing TBD. Zeb dropping down to the losers bracket will be facing Nevdi. And yeah, that's gonna do it from us here at this SG. Whatever, I don't know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's gonna do it from us, and we will see you all next mission.